And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
A little under 30 seconds to go. We'll see how they play it here on 1st and 10. Now Ryan on 1st down. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
Today's NFL, these big guys are featured receivers. They move all over the place to try and find good matchups, and they had one. They were just unable to complete the pass.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Coleman now. And not too much going there as he'll get it up to the 23-yard line. Now we're going to get a timeout here called by the Patriots, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. So a defensive timeout, chance to regather, regroup, and get set as we resume action. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Back to the ground, this time with Freeman. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Now whistles blow, and the Patriots are going to take another timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Here's Matt Bosher now, as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. So a change of possession here on the punt. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Final 10 seconds of the half as they've got it 1st and 10. On the run, it's Burkhead. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. So we've reached halftime here in the Super Bowl. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. What a season this has been. Hard to believe it ends tonight, as we'll get back to you guys for the second half of this Super Bowl in just a moment. It's been a tremendous season from beginning to end, and now we'll play one half of football to decide who raises the Lombardi Trophy. And for the call, let's get it right back to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl. On the return, here's the dangerous Cordero Patterson. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Julian Edelman gets ready to take the field again here on offense. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it?
Right.
Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
So Brady and the Pats take over 1st and 10 at their own 26.
Like 20! Like 20!
Now Burkhead. And the ball is out. Burkhead lost it. But I think the Patriots are going to hang on to the football. They do. They get it back.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
Like 20! Like 20!
On 2nd down, here's Brady. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. He was looking for Gronk that time. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Here comes the Falcons offense. It's their first possession of the second half now. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
After the interception, here's Ryan. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Austin Hooper, the tight end, was the intended target. And it's 2nd down.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Off the play fake. Here's Ryan. And it's incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Drops it off for Coleman. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. They lost a big chunk, 6 yards there, and it leads to 4th down.
That was well defended, and while it was a completion, it resulted in a loss of yardage. It's really, really hard for a running back to think to himself, I probably should have just dropped it and saved the yardage. It goes against the entire training that he's had his whole career.
And for the 2nd time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. On the left hash, officially, it's called a 51-yard attempt. And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. And that'll bring him back within 4. So a decent drive there to start the third quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
Here's Bosher to kick it away. Here comes Philip Dorsett now to return it. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Here comes Tom Brady and the Patriot offense back onto the field. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
Brady and the Patriots now 1st and 10 at their own 27.
By 20! By 20! Set! Set! Set!
Here's Gillisley. And an alley to run. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
This is a little bit like baseball here. Strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ended up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't it?
It really is, because that's where your strength's supposed to be. You're supposed to be in a spot where they can't make that yardage there. You're supposed to send them outside. Not in this case.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
20!
On first down, Brady. To the left side and complete for Julian Edelman. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
20!
They'll run. This is Burkhead. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. But the converse is, though, you've got to win those one-on-one blocks. And when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
New England on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This time it's 3rd and 3.
By 20! 380! Now, go!
Again, they run with Burkhead. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with